Okay, let's see if that works. Did it work? I'm now looking at YouTube. Did it work? There's always a delay on these. It did work. Aha! It worked. So I have just been fiddling about in StreamYard for about 5 minutes, trying to work out how this thing works, and there was a great big go live button at the top. So for anyone who hasn't done it for the first time, hopefully you can all hear me. Hi Andrew, how you doing? Yeah, StreamYard. Yeah, I was going to say I should have asked someone how you do it, or I was going to do a dummy run. But if I did a dummy run, it would have been live. So you know. Hello, Becca. Very nice of you all to come in. I don't know if it's going to be that interesting because it is just going to be listing. But you're all obviously very welcome. I've got a crazy setup of I've got my laptop over here with the camera on, and that's got StreamYard on, which I can see the chat. I didn't think I'd be able to see the chat, so I was a little bit worried about that. And over here I had YouTube open, so I've got two of me, which is like really scary. So I think I can shut one down. I think I can shut this YouTube. I'll put the YouTube up so I can see the chat, but I can actually see it over here, so that's all right. So now over here I've only got what's it called? eBay. That thing. Okay, and I've got my phone here. I don't know why I've got my phone. So the plan is I'm going to show you 5 things. Morning, Barry. Morning. I'm going to show you 5 things. I've picked out a variety of things, and then I'm going to list them. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I'm going to do this every day this week. I've put in like 11 to 1. If it's is a bit boring or whatever, I may change it to an hour. If I get all this stuff listed very quickly, I'm then just going to get little piles of 5 things ready for the upcoming week. So there'll be a pile for Tuesday through to Sunday, and I should have 30 little things all in. Excuse me, I've got a cough. 30 little things all in piles of 6, so I can wake up every morning and go, just get on the next pile. And if I do that very quickly, I'll get a pile for the 7 days' time. So this is how it should work. So I'm now going to show you. I'm now going to get on. If anybody wants to join, welcome to join. If you've got 5 things to list, that'd be good. Whatever you want to do, really. Although I probably will not know how to invite you into the stream. But anyway, I'm going to go through these items. Okay, so the first one is SpongeBob SquarePants, the square and sponge of the bob. Okay, Monopoly. It's just kicking around in the garage because it didn't have instructions, and yeah, just grab 5 things and list along. I mean, the idea is by 1 o'clock you've done 5 things, and there you go. Sort of start off the day. It didn't have instructions, and I actually picked up another one, which I'm going to list later on in the week. And I didn't list this because I knew it didn't have the instructions, and it kind of delayed me listing things. It's funny how I find I get delayed by listing if things are incomplete, things don't work. Cool, Z, no worries. If things are big, I don't list them, and if I get a really expensive item, sometimes I don't list them. I don't, they just stop you from. Or if I've had it ages, I don't list it. I tend to be attracted to the stuff I just saw. I picked some stuff up at the weekend. I was thinking, mind listing that, which is a bit silly when I've got stuff like this kicking around. So anyway, item number 1, Spongy Bobby SquarePants. I've got to photograph all this stuff, so none of this stuff's prepped or drafted or anything. So I'll show you what I'll do first. I'll probably stick around here for a bit, like drafting, and then I'll be gone, and I'll be photographing. So I've got Simon in. I've got to work out how to invite Simon. Here we go. Hello, I think you're in. Let's have a look. Perhaps I should look at this on YouTube as well. I can't hear you. Let's have a look. Is it because I've got it on solo layout? Is that going to work? I can't hear you, Simon. Perhaps that's me.
It's me.
Oh no, there you go.
You got me?
How you doing? You all right?
Really good.
Yeah.
This is my first one too, so.
Yeah, first time I've been on StreamYard a few times on other people's chats. It's the first time I've set one up, so it's all a bit of a mystery to me at the moment. But yeah, the whole point of this is just to sort of like get 5 things and get it done really, and sort of have a plan for the day. So I'm just going through like what I'm listing today. So my next one is I've got this M&S coat, I think it is like a raincoat, an LV. It's an LV raincoat, and I had listed this before, and it sold, but then I noticed there were some marks on it. Just it looks like it's been shut in the car door or something. And so the woman ended up, she didn't want it. So that's been kicking around. So I'm just going to list that and probably not like 20-25% of the price. That's item number 2. Yeah, I'm doing 2 items of clothes a day. So third item is a pair of Converse. Hopefully these should be fairly easy. I was thinking Nick Hills might want these. I don't know what size he is. I know he likes Converse. I think they're size 11. So I've got a feeling they might be his size. Yeah, UK.
It's quite a big guy, isn't he?
Yeah, I'll have to go back because there was a video a while back where he was after a pair of Converse. He sort of said, if anyone's got a pair of Converse, hit me up. But anyway, there go on.
I should think he had thousands.
Yeah, he's probably picked up loads. So that's item number 3. Item number 4 is this kind of weird, horrific doll. And I don't exactly know what it is. It looks a bit like a strawberry shortcake. It's made in Hong Kong on the back, but I've done a Google image search, and it's really like it's got like little buttons here, and I'm just going to put that on as vintage doll. Looks a bit like strawberry shortcake. And my last one. So I'm doing 2 clothes, 2 toys, and an electronic item, and that's what we've got here, a Samsung DVD player. I think it's a DVD HDD, and I picked this up the other day for 15 quid. So I don't think it's worth a huge amount. It hasn't got the remote control, but I'm just going to get that on.
Is it working?
Well, I've got to test it. I mean, like I say, I haven't done anything with any of this stuff. So it probably will take me 2 hours. It'll probably take me about 4 hours, actually, knowing what I'm like. But if I do all that, like I say, I'm just going to get stuff ready, and we'll see how we go. But what have you got listed there? You got a batch of stuff?
Oh yeah. So I delved in barn, and we have a box of Action Man stuff that we must have had for a year. So
yeah,
kind of. It's amazing what you sort of pick up from other resellers. And actually, when we were in Oxford, we were talking to Sarah Resells about Bratz.
Oh yeah.
And because we had a whole pile of Bratz, and it was kind of overwhelming. We had 20 of them. So I thought Sarah's was list them in 4s. And you'll get a lot of international interest, and it's exactly what we did when we got back. And within a week, they'd all gone.
Yeah.
So I'll show them. Move my coffee out of the way so I don't end up doing that. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I've got 12 Action Men.
Is that a vintage Action Man?
Well, this is the thing. So although I used to play with these when I was a kid, my knowledge of whether they're vintage or how vintage they are.
Let's have a look at the face. Let's have a look.
No, he doesn't have his. Oh, hang on.
Yeah, it looks 80s. I think it's not like your old vintage, but it's still be quite good. I think
they don't have their wobbly, their eye.
Eagle eye.
Is that what it's called? Is it?
Yeah, eagle eye thing. Yeah.
I haven't checked them all yet, but they don't seem to have those. So what I've got to do, and I know you were very strict in your instructions for the
very strict.
We needed to be ready, but I thought maybe if I just show these, I might get a bit of input as well in terms of what to pair up. So I've got like army ones. So I've got this guy who's like, I don't know, snow army bloke.
Yeah. Snow patrol.
Snow patrol, yeah. I got this guy ripped. I think he's a light lad. I'm right in the
Mine's terrible. I'm sat in front of a. I mean, I thought about putting my curtains down because normally I sit here and have to sit here in the dark because the sun comes in the morning and it cooks my laptop. So
yeah, I probably should move. But so I got this guy. I got this guy with his nice machine gun.
Yeah.
And then we've got what's that then? What
bomb squad or something? Or that looks like a bulletproof vest or something. I don't know.
Yeah, stab vest. So you got the Luton action man. Then we've got, I live right near Luton, so I'm allowed to say that. This one, I don't know what. Oh, is this Dr. X?
Could be. I don't know.
I think he's the arch enemy. I think.
Yeah, he does look like a villain, doesn't he?
Yeah. So
I've only ever sold like the classic kind of 70s action men, so I don't really know a lot about.
No. So I'll just show them quickly because I don't want to hog the stream.
Yeah, no worries. They should go, like, if you bundle them up, definitely.
Yeah, but then I've also got this guy, boxing action man. So that's maybe a bit
nice.
And I've also got a dog, so I've got to find out kind of who he belongs to.
That's an action man dog, is it?
Yeah. Well, maybe. His head just came off.
Yeah. Quick, get some blue tack.
No, that goes on. Oh, and this one, what's he like? He's like special forces or something.
Yeah, like SAS, isn't he?
Oh, he's got he's like ninja action man or something. I don't know if you can see that. He's got like sort of Chinese writing on his arms. Oh, Snake Eyes, G.I. Joe. Oh,
so it's a bit of a mix of everything in there.
Yeah, and then just a couple of other things really quickly. Where is it? So this like mobile that one of them's going to go on.
That's like an aqua mobile or something, isn't it? Like a jet ski.
Yeah. So you can have the dog on his shoulders or something. And then also I've got all clothing and accessories. Oh, scuba action man. If you can see, he's in a bag. So scuba.
So you're going to bundle the whole lot,
guy.
Completely together?
No, so I'm going to try and do them in fours, like we did with the same with the brats. And then I've got skis and all sorts of stuff in here. And I've got a snowboard and so I was hoping to get sort of 4 bundles out of that lot.
Yeah. That's a good thing to get done, isn't it? Because that is the sort of thing that will take a bit of sorting out and doing. So
yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be working quietly in the background and not.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm doing. I kind of thought the first 5 to 10 minutes will be people showing what they've got and talking a bit, and then it will go really sort of quiet, and we'll all be like getting on with it. And so I imagine if anyone joins 20 minutes in, they'll just be going, "What the hell's this?" But there you go.
Just be white noise.
Yeah.
And then I just showed I got a Fiskars shape boss, which we got 2 of from a charity shop, and I couldn't work out what was complete and what wasn't, and I don't know anything about them. I looked at them on Amazon, and they don't really have a great rank, but we have sold them before on eBay, so I sort of put all the best bits of one together, and that's an easy one for me. I've got my whiteboard behind the laptop and my like background thing behind the laptop. So just like that.
Well, I was thinking, I'm actually like in eBay now, and I know Z does screen share and he does it through OBS, but I'm not doing that. So again, watching it's just watching me sort of watching another screen. But people know what listening is like, so hopefully they won't mind. I was going to say actually, if anyone, I don't know how many people I've got in watching, but go and check out Faye and Simon's YouTube, because they've just started YouTube a couple of weeks ago. You've been on Instagram for a while, and I've got a lot of good advice from you about sort of mainly about Amazon, but also about eBay as well. So definitely go and check out their channel and see what they're all about. All about your new move at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, thanks very much. Peter. Yeah, it's about so we're sort of set a lot of our stock's in the barn, and it's kind of been dumped in the barn. So I'm doing a lot of videos from the barn. I'm actually recording quite a lot of videos that I'm not yet putting out. So I'm creating a lot of videos for the future. Some of them I'm creating now, but they won't be going out for 2 or 3 weeks because they relate to things that are selling on Amazon. And so just whilst we're sort of selling that through, but it'll be really good information for anyone at any time. We did a really epic haul video. We had a really good day out last weekend, and I'm still kind of putting the polishing touches on that video. So I'm really hoping to send that out today. It's about 36 minutes long. I think I mentioned it to you in a message the other day, and I still haven't done it. So
I know.
what it's like. You're doing very well, very, very
well. I do keep it to 10 minutes, and I try not to do any editing or anything that. I was checking out editing software, and I couldn't get anything free, so that's kind of what ended that. But I will at some point make them a bit more professional. But for me, the channel is all about getting the reselling stuff done. So I'll focus on that to start with. We'll see how we go. Right, I'm going to crack on.
Yeah, do you want to just make me, since though you're the star of the show, Peter? This is your gig. Just, I think you can make it smaller. Just have me.
I'll make it smaller. There we go. Let's see if I can do this. How about that? You get a variety of things you can do, but I'll do that one.
Yeah, and then anyone else that can join, they can,
Yeah, no worries. Right, I'm going to crack on with this. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to bag up all the bits in here. So this is the money, and what I tend to do is just get a bit of strip of A4. I'll put it around the money, put it around all the property cards with a bit of sellotape so it keeps it contained. And I've got some little bags for all the tokens and stuff. So I'm going to take my earphones off, so I will not hear you for a bit, and get on with that. See you later.
I'll put some music on. So whilst Peter is off in the background, I'm just going to look up some of these action men. I know I've seen videos on YouTube from either Nick or another about action men. So let's just have a look whilst Peter is otherwise engaged. So let's look at this scuba guy. So I'm going to look up this guy. He's got scuba gear. He's got his gas tank, whatever. So action man, scuba diver. And then I'm going to put him with a couple of other guys and get it listed. And there's one here with a shark, so I'm thinking he's water related. Oh, he's like a swimmer. Whoa. Wow. Love the swimming action, man. Doesn't do backstroke though. Okay, so just looking. Oh, is that? So, usual. There he is. So someone's got this one listed at $18.99 plus postage. They've got him as Action Man Vintage Scuba Diver and accessories. So I'm going to copy that title. Well, I'm just going to add vintage. I'm going to take out the accessories. what someone sells something for is not the same as what's the same as what you can get for it. So sold. Tell you what would help if my internet worked. My laptop, I should say.
Yeah, what I do with these, I'll normally... Say again?
I thought you'd were already back. It sounds like you're doing the drying up or something in the background.
Yeah, no, it's this Monopoly set. It's got loads of pewter pieces in it. I've got to go and photograph it in a minute, but I'll just group all the money up, and I use actually the back of my post, like my label sheets, because I have 4x4 sheets. So I always have loads of used backings of sheets. So sometimes I get chucked away, but I'll keep the odd one just so I can just make a bundle of money like that, or keeps it all together. So
nice.
So put everything on me.
I was just chatting away to myself while you were and I was looking up the Action Man the Scuba guy.
Oh yeah.
So I found him for it's for sale for $18.99 with a few accessories, which I've probably got, like a dart gun thing, flippers,
what used
pokey stick. Yeah, so he's up for $18.99 now.
That's really good.
Yeah, I found him sold at $9.50 plus post. So
yeah.
I've got a few other sort of water themed ones which I found. Check this out, Peter. Hang on.
Oh right.
It's like a swimmer.
Yeah, I was going to say it's either that or some sort of gymnast or something. It's
yeah, not the sort of gymnastics I like to do.
No, I'd do my back in. I think if I did that.
Yeah. So I've got a couple of sort of water ones, and I've got a wakeboarder or something, or a wakeboard anyway. So yeah, I'm going to bundle those up. So I'm going to crack on with that.
Oh, if you do 4 of them, I mean, you're going to be looking at about 70 quid, aren't you?
Yeah, I think so. That's certainly what I'm gonna plump for. And what I do also have is some of these like display stand things.
So, oh right, cool.
I can't see my camp, but like I can't see myself.
Yeah. No, I see. Yeah, I can see it.
eBay open, but yeah. So I'm gonna crack on with that, and hopefully in sort of 10 or so minutes, I'll have some news.
Right, I'm just going to go and photograph all of this, so I'll be back in a minute.
Enjoy. Okay, so who else is water? Who's not? These sort of pajamas. Throw him over there. Dr. X, we will leave alone. We just sold a Dr. X, a sort of, it was a bit bigger than that, about 15 or 18 inch figure, which we got ages ago. We actually asked a couple of times on Instagram. We've had him ages and we didn't know who he was. And we asked about a year ago who he was. And then we forgot that we'd asked, and we got round to listing him again and asked again. So we found that out. Medallion Man. So Dr. X, we just sold on auction for 99p plus postage. So that was a bit pathetic, but yeah, there you go. We put 98 items on auction 3 weeks ago, and 20 sold. And then we re-auctioned everything, so it was about another 70 and sold 10. And then last night we did it again, so we relisted 60 on auction, all 99p plus post, and we sold 6. we're just clearing out all our stuff. It's either taken to the charity shop or or just get something for it. So Dr. X was one of those things. So I've got 2 water guys. Is it him? Oh, I've got Swimmer Man. And I need another one. Really, I don't want to do 2. I'd rather do 3 or 4. Commando. Although saying that, I've got guys who are kind of barely dressed. So I'm wondering and I've got all of these outfits. So I'm really going against the grain here because Peter's going to list his 5 and I'm still going to be here playing dress up with action men. But I just wanted to jump on and say hi. So I've no idea if there's any chat. Let's look on my phone. Oh, so because I've not used StreamYard before, I've had it for ages but never used it. I'm not really sure how it works. So I'm just looking at the chat on my phone, and it seems there's been quite a few comments. Zahir, it wasn't you, was it, that listed Action Men, was it? I watch a lot of your videos and your working listings. Listing a tornado pilot's helmet. Wow. Well done, Militaria. Snow camo, they don't look vintage, they look like from 1990. Yeah. I just discovered the comments.
Oh, well. Let's have a look.
Idea. So a few people just...
Is that the messages coming up the side?
Messages, yeah.
Probably saying, what the hell is this?
Yeah. Can you guys get off YouTube? How do I see... live comments. There we go. There we go. Oh, hello.
Yeah. Yeah. There's loads from me at the start saying, I don't know if this is working.
Yeah, and then there's
I've had a few people have said it's like a good idea. It's just to maintain the focus, but the weird thing is, because we are sort of maintaining the focus and just listing, I kind of think you have less interaction with the chat and less interaction with people on the stream, because it's not a kind of talk around the coffee machine sort of thing. It is, here's what I'm listing and now I'm doing it. But there you go.
Yeah, no, but I like the idea, and also, I watch a lot of YouTube videos. I think I was watching, too much really. I do work at the same time, but you're not.
Well, I sometimes like to think I'm working when I think, I'll just edit all those listings while I'm watching this, but I end up watching it, so it's hard.
But I'm kind of on the mindset that even if I'm only paying attention 50% to what's on, something hopefully is going in. So one day I'll be sourcing and I'll remember someone's video, someone talking about something. Second look that maybe I wouldn't have done before.
That's why I kind of prefer Insta, because Insta is that kind of, it does only take a couple of minutes to view something. It's definitely weird getting into YouTube. Yeah, totally different audience. So anyway, I've taken my photos. What I tend to do with any listing I have is I will use all 12 photos. If I've got something that is really can only have 1 or 2 photos, like a new item, which is just in a box, I'll repeat the photo. So sometimes if I'm taking photos, I might take 1 or 2 or 4 and repeat it 3 times, or I might take 6 and repeat them, twice. But I always use all 12.
Do you really? That's interesting. So you repeat photos just to fill the
Yeah, I'll repeat photos because it may be a bit of an urban myth, but I kind of think that if eBay see that your listing is full of stuff, be it information, all the little tick boxes for item specifics or photos, they like that. But if they see a listing with one, even if it's just like if I've got like this, okay, and I photograph that and it's just one photo, and then they see all these blank photos, they won't like that so much. And they, it could be a load of baloney, but I do. I remember Shazad said it. He said always use all your photos. So I tend to do that now.
That's interesting. Faye does the majority of the listing on eBay, and I will tell her that. I'm just here for the lols, Someone just mentioned in the chat that my mic. So obviously you can hear me, but I'm not sure if anyone else can. So I'm just fiddling with my mic. So anyway,
I can hear you, but I don't think I've got any kind of level things on it. But just muck about with it. They want to hear you, Simon. They want to hear what you're saying.
Well, I mean, priceless information that I do.
Right.
I've just done a really good video about those Scotch tape refills.
Oh yeah.
Because it's that time of year, isn't it?
I think,
but I can't put it.
I think from what I remember, when Nick did his video, loads of people went into Tesco's and just nicked the tape, because it's the tape refill bit that's worth the money, isn't it? And people were just like opening up the packets and nicking all the tape refills.
Were they really?
Yes. So there you go.
Whereas the rest of us just a mountain of useless. I did see someone had sold on eBay 19 of the dispensers with no refills for something like £13 plus postage. So I'll be doing that with all my spares.
I'm so useless at kind of retail arbitrage. The first kind of thing I find is I get into the shop and in Tesco's or whatever, and I can't get a signal on my phone. I'm like, oh, great.
Yeah.
But
it's like that.
Yeah, I think they have kind of like lead in the walls or something to stop people from doing it.
Do you think it is deliberate? Is it?
No, I don't know. I wouldn't have thought so. But I have to grab an item and then walk over to the Brussels sprouts to try and scan it in, and that doesn't always work. So it's just kind of frustrating, and you're hunting out those red and yellow reduced labels or clearance labels. It's I've never had much luck with it, but it's something I need to sort of keep on at. And
well, before that video went sort of viral, Nick's Scotch tape video.
It did, didn't it?
We live really close to Nick and Andrea. Really, really close. Like we're often in their hometown having a coffee or whatever. And when we watched the video, we knew exactly where he was because we'd gone probably that afternoon. We were actually chatting with Andrea, I think, on Instagram. Messages just sort of saying, where have you been, what have you been up to,
what have you bought?
general chit chat. We've never met him. And we knew, and we walked into the same place and the shelves were just decimated. We must have missed him by a couple of hours, and after that, we were sort of kind of traveling the country searching for the refills.
It's funny though with that sort of thing though, because I mean, obviously any deal that you find that is retail arbitrage, unless it's a specialist item. So if I saw a book in a charity shop and I thought, oh, that's good for Amazon, I wouldn't mind sort of sharing it. or if it was like a second-hand Harry Potter scene or something like that, something that it'd be difficult to pick up, but something that is in a shop. I think Nick he normally would put a delay on when he publishes it on YouTube, because there just wouldn't be any point because it would tank the price.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's absolutely right, because the video I'm going to do about the Scotch tape, actually, you just sort of mentioned that there's only value in the refills. That's not strictly true.
Is it not?
I can't say any more until I've done what I need to do, and then I can put the video out, and then everyone that's still holding on to them can profit from gonna release.
It's quite a nice item as well, like a multiple item like that. If the rank is there, it's a good thing to get up, isn't it?
Yeah,
can tick along.
Yeah, exactly. I'm doing so badly with this listing challenge. So
I'll let you get on. I'm kind of halfway through mine at the moment. So.
I've managed to get his scuba pack on his back and his little gun his little dart in his hand. But what I've noticed is that the strap that goes over his shoulder is broken. It should come down and stick to here, but that's broke. So
I'll just
lost a bit of value.
Just call it battle ready. It'll be fine. I mean, this SpongeBob Monopoly, I'm only putting it on for $10.99. You kind of like, oh God, is it worth it? But even stuff like this, I've got a list just to get rid of it, just to get it through. So.
Yeah.
Right. Someone's saying you're very small, so they want you bigger. So I'll try and do it. I keep moving.
I'm 6'2".
Yeah. Let's try this. Oh, Z's in the chat. So hi Z, how you doing?
I just popped in.
Nice denim shirt you got on there. I can hear. I'm getting an echo there.
Are you getting an echo from me, or?
I think so.
That sucks. Don't think I've got any other tabs open.
Okay. Oh, it's gone.
Has it gone?
No, it hasn't gone.
It's not me. I don't think.
Let me try and mute you.
Hold on. Let me just turn my speaker down.
He's got to sort it out. Yeah, the technological side of all of this, kind of like, I'm dreading dealing with that really, but you've got to do it, haven't you?
Should have a little play around. You can highlight comments and stuff, can't you, and all that sort of stuff. So
let's try that. Let's get him back in. Right. Let's see if that's better. That's slightly better.
Is it?
I can hear myself. Well, if you're on speaker, I will pick myself up on your mic, won't I?
Yeah, but I've got the volume down really low. Like, what about now?
Hello.
Hello.
Yes. It's okay. It's okay. Because to be honest, I'm not going to talk a lot because I'm working. So we'll just communicate, by sign language. How you doing? You were up late last night. Just caught up on your stream. Nick was up at 3 a.m.
Yeah, I'm kind of trying to like sort out my my sleep pattern. I'm trying to fix it.
It's hard. It's hard when it goes out.
I am actually quite tired, but I did get up early, so I can kind of.
It's actually if you can stay awake during the day and then maybe if you can stay awake, during the day, don't go dozing off.
No, I'm not going to. I'm up now. I was up this morning. Hi, Simon, by the way.
Hi, we haven't met. How are you doing? You're right.
Good. I've actually got a bunch of stuff I've already drafted, so I'm going to photograph it and then.
Yeah, cool. Get on. Is this the stuff you were doing yesterday? The
Yeah, I've got 25 things to photograph. So.
All right.
Is this the figures still, or have you got more?
Yeah, it's the figures, isn't it?
Right. I'll get on with it.
What the hell is this? Oh, it's his dart. Sweet.
Oh, sorry about that, Barry. I think we'll just kind of leave it how it is, because, like I say, we are just going to be sort of beavering away with the work. I'll come in and chat sort of every so often, but I don't want to worry too much about the sound levels.
Oh, what's happening? I've been moving around, so I don't know if it's that.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's.
I was just moving me laptop so I can get to the photograph, the background, I can reach from where I am.
Right, that's my first item done. God, that's taken 45 minutes. Let's see what we're going to do next. I'll do this Chucky doll.
So, I mean, I've got so much.
Yes, I'm planning on doing this every day this week. It probably will take a bit of refining on how it goes, but just see how it goes this week and how people receive it.
Yeah, I always find them very interesting. I watch Zahirs and
yeah, they are good.
KLC and Tracy, and I kind of watch those, but they're often on quite late, so I'm never watching them live.
I think it'd be good to get to the stage of you don't expect any chit chat kind of thing. You know what I mean. You maybe a little bit, but it's just like, okay, I'm on this now. You go away, and then okay, that's done, because that's the kind of motivation I'm kind of looking for, really. Kind of what he's done, really. He's like, oh, I've got this, now I'm off, and that's ideal, really.
Yeah, it's I think it's quite that people are because it's our sort of biggest problem, really, in our business, getting things listed.
Yeah, it's the consistency of it that gets me. So.
Yeah, I'm trying to list more.
Well, I kind of was a bit worried that I didn't, because I always, last 2 years I've always been scrabbling around. But actually, when I knuckled down and started picking bits, you realise how much you have got. I've just gone through a clothes bag and picked out about 10 things that aren't listed. So that's why I want to do sort of two items of clothing every day. But yeah.
Clothes is the worst one for us. Definitely, we have a rail of it. And it just sits there. But we are getting better. We are sort of making an effort, but obviously with Amazon, particularly at this time of year.
Oh yeah, you're going to be pushing out. I've got a box. I've got to go to Amazon.
Yeah. So, can I ask a question, since though you're in front of your camera?
Yeah, go on then.
In front of your screen. Any idea? This is action. Oh, my light is so bad. What this might be? It joins together.
Were they wings? There's some sort of wings?
No idea. Yeah.
Or is it a windsurfing board, maybe?
Ooh.
I've no idea.
No, okay. No, don't know.
Just put it in the bundle and call it accessories. You know.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do, because I'm going to be here all day otherwise if I don't just sort of like things in the picture.
That sort of stuff can really delay you, and you don't need it, because I mean, if someone sees like 1980s Action Man bundle, they'll look at it and know what it is. So as long as there's photographs of it, I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Yeah, we've description nowadays in the product description. So obviously we do a decent item title, as many of the item specifics as we can. But I don't know about you. Do you write much in the item description?
In the description, no. I have a template which I'll bring it up now. Actually, I have templates for different sorts of items for clothes, but my listing template just says title and then a space, and then it says please check the photos carefully for condition and what is included. So I have that to start with, and then I'll copy the title and paste that over where I've got title. So I just have the title repeated, and then I will copy in the the condition. You know, where you put your condition. So this would be has some wear, blah blah blah. So it's just all the stuff I've already put in.
Yeah.
It's only on clothes I kind of might put a bit more.
I mean, it is the beauty of eBay, isn't it? That images speak 1,000 words, don't they? And you can clearly identify any issues with the product, and and it's a lot more visible than it is if you're selling something used on Amazon, for example. I'm really skeptical about how much people actually read the condition notes of things on Amazon.
I think on eBay people don't read that description box. I mean, I know if you're on mobile, you're just going to flick through the photos, and when I see a listing that someone spent loads of time putting loads of stuff in the description, I'm just like, oh my god, I'm not reading that. I'm just looking at I know what it is I'm buying. I'm just looking at the photos.
Yeah, I don't need. Yeah, exactly. I don't need the sort of synopsis.
Do not bid if you're not going to pay within 30 days. All this sort of stuff.
Okay. Just taking some pictures. I need to get old Swimmer Man. Oh, there he goes. Right. bit of this for scuba.
I'll probably. I might do a video because on photographs because it is. I'm not a photographer, but there are some tips you can use, like keeping things square and stuff, because the eBay photo's square.
You always keep them square, do you?
Well, I try to. If I can photograph an item, so it's. I mean, some items are impossible to do it for, but yeah, the default eBay photo is square. So if you can get it square, it will make it bigger. If you do it, 2x1 size, it'll look smaller.
I see. Yeah. Okay.
Squarish, anyway.
Right, let's find some accessories for I don't think the scuba guy needs guns. He has a dart gun already, and I don't think the swimmer needs them either. Outboard motor. Oh, sugar. Coffee's gone. Coffee's gone.
Oh dear. That's never good to see. I deliberately didn't have a cup of tea next to my laptop this morning because there's, like I said, I've got phones and laptops and other screens all over the place. Okay, I've just done my second item. I really thought it'd be easy to do 5 items in an hour. I should have known better, really. But yeah, this, like I said, I didn't know whether it was strawberry shortcake. I didn't have any idea of value. I've done a image search, eBay comp search on that. So I put just in the title, possibly strawberry shortcake, vintage, made in Hong Kong, Dole, and put it up for 20 quid. Don't know. Right, let's do these pair of shoes. Now this should be fairly easy to photograph. I'll just like do 12 photographs all round, labels underneath. And I'm sure there's a pair of Converse already on eBay, size 11, that I can look at comps on. So let's see if we can get this one done in about 5 minutes. I like that message. Yeah, Susie, that's a good idea. I do all the photos on my app. I tend to keep everything with creating or drafting on the PC. I find when you do go into edit mode, it gives you restricted options, but options I don't want. I'm just more comfortable with doing it on a PC, but I definitely will use the app. I use the app a lot to send offers out and stuff like that. If I'm just sitting down, I look at all my active listings, flip through them, and see which ones have send offers. But yeah, everyone obviously has their own way of doing it. So. It's really nice that I've got some viewers. I really wasn't expecting many or any at all. So yeah, really good of you to watch. There's a select, like I said, it's a selected few, but it's nice to have you. Yeah, I've just done comps on this. I've seen something for 17 plus free postage, which is exactly the same. I filter on buy it now, sold and used. I'll try 16.99 plus 3.49 postage. I've just seen another one for 27 actually. Hmm. $19.99 Chuck Taylor. 27.99. That seems a bit high. I'm going to put mine on. I'm going to draft mine up now and then take the photos out of it. I'm going to put them on at $21.99 plus postage. I know I put everything in, and it will after a month it will go into a 10% sale. So that goes from 22 down to 20. Yeah. Hi, Goimers. Yeah, some proper work being done. I've listed 2 things already. It's difficult getting used to this. So, like I say, it's my first live stream. I'm a bit of a lazy lister anyway, so I can be slow. And I've been chatting away a little bit, and it's difficult to get the balance between chatting and keeping an eye on the chat and doing all that. But yeah, I've shown my 5 things, and Simon's shown his. Z's got straight on it. He's like there. He's like got blinking vision. But I'm just listening to Paraconverse at the moment. So if you're listening, I'll let you get on. If you want to pop anything in chat, I'll probably look at the chat every 5-10 minutes. But yeah, keep on keeping on. Oops.
Okay. Afternoon, everybody, whoever's in the chat. Hey, Pete. I've just finished all my photos now, so.
Yeah, you're on it there. I was just saying, it's sometimes difficult getting the balance between how much you chat to other people on the stream or chat to the chat that's going on.
Yeah.
When you're trying to, it's a difficult one, isn't it?
I like having like all my photos ready on the computer, because then at least I can sit down.
Yeah.
And then do you know what I mean? Then you can just sit down and edit the photos or whatever you need to do.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a 2-stage thing, isn't it? Like the drafting of the listing without the photos.
Yeah.
I can do, and I can sit and do that, and then I go away and do a batch of photos and bring them in. So I'm doing this a bit of a weird way at the moment because I hadn't done anything on these listings, haven't prepped anything. So I'm kind of doing research and doing the drafting and then doing the photos. So I'm a bit all over the place at the moment, but keeping it real.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I've just got to photograph these Converse. I'll be back in a minute.
I'm just waiting for the Google Photos app to sync to the cloud, and then I can download the photos onto the computer and edit them.
Oh, I'm doing it the old-fashioned ways here. I'm emailing them to myself.
Still backing up. Come on. I'm going to do a bit of multitasking whilst my photos are backing up. I'm going to get the shipping sorted.
Have you got lots to ship? Is that here?
Okay. That is going to be a small parcel. Get that sorted. Still going to be under 95 grams for that. Standard £2.80. Ansman, what is that? £83p. Air filter. Body shell. Deal with that in a moment. Burgers are going to be 95 grams too. Hold on. Maverick, yeah, okay. Cool. Okay, up the suspension. You know what, I'm going to go for a small parcel on that one. The charger, that's going to be... Well, I don't think I've got the charger out. Damn it. HBZ 4847. Yeah. You didn't sleep on her? Huh? No. You can say hi to the stream if you want.
Hi.
Hi.
Bex, this is my first live stream. So,
I know. Do you know what? It's my week off from my day job.
Yeah.
So and typical me decides to get ill.
Yeah, oh, it's always the way, isn't it? It's like after you've done exams or something, and you've been revising, or you always get ill when you want the break.
Yeah.
Oh well, look after yourself anyway. But
No, I will. I'm gonna go grab a coffee.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
But I hope your stream's going well.
Yeah, well, after the first 5 minutes of me talking to myself, it's going brilliant. Anyway, hope you feel better.
If you do it.
Peter, I've got a little friend.
Oh, your dog.
Yeah, you haven't seen him for a while. Let's grab him. He's come to say hello.
Oh, he was the one who fell asleep on my lap, I think.
Yeah, the one and only little
What's his
Snoopy.
name? Snoopy.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's always very he's always very interested when I'm sorting out bits and pieces. I think, when I'm sort of rattling around with board game bits or whatever, I think he sort of thinks preparing snacks for him or something.
I feel I won't be a proper YouTube streamer until I get a dog, I think, because like three guinea pigs just doesn't cut
it. Just put a leash around them and pretend.
Yeah, I could do. Yeah. Could get away with it, I think.
Oh, it's Becca for Duke says hi to Beck. I know how to say her surname now because I used to call her Becca Fed EUK because I thought that was her name, but I saw her on Andrew's Drinking with Andrew stream and her name's for Duke. For Duke, very nice name, and she used to sell coffee.
Oh right. I've never seen that name before, for Duke. That's
Duke, yeah.
A new one on me.
I like it.
So I just found some Action Man cards in with my Action Man bundle, which kind of helps me date them.
Is it sort of late 80s, 90s?
90s. So
yeah.
This one, mission start date 96. Where is it? And then 1996 Hasbro International. So that's 23 years. So yeah, I got somewhat slowed down by my
coffee spillage. I deliberately didn't have a cup of tea near me because I knew I'd knock it over.
I've spilt fizzy drink on my keyboard so many times, and tea and whatnot. I'm always spilling stuff all over my keyboard. It's horrible.
Yeah. Need a separate table for drinks, I think.
Oh, Susie Sell says maybe you'll see me on YouTube one day. Definitely get on it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, I've been reselling for 3 years and I've only been on YouTube for 2 weeks, so it's a whole new experience for me. Quite crazy, really.
It's addictive. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. I mean, like yesterday, I didn't, I was streaming for like 3 hours and I only drafted like 20 odd items, but I wouldn't have done anything if I hadn't been streaming.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you take your pick. Yeah. Okay. It's not efficient. It's, technically if you were disciplined, you could sit down and knock out the same amount of listings in like a third of the time, but
you never do.
I'm just being a realist.
Yeah.
Like, who am I kidding?
Well, it's since I started doing this, and like I say on my channel, I've just sort of been saying it's so easy to do 5 listings every day, but I never did that, and now I feel like I have to because I'm doing these 10-minute clips every day. You hold yourself accountable, definitely.
Completely. I mean, I've gotten all those action figures now, pretty much listed, ready to go live, within just a few days of buying them. Whereas before, I know they would have just been like hanging around like a bad smell,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's just.
Right. That's item number 3 now.
Get a lot done. You must get a fair bit done, Zahir, because I load up my subscriptions page and I see you've been streaming for 4.5 hours or something. You must be.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't translate into like that amount of work though. That's the problem. like I said, I mean, I think if I look at my drafts now on my store, on the store yesterday, how many drafts have I got? I've only done. Yeah, okay. I did some this morning as well, so I've got like 25 drafts. That's not a lot for 4 hours work.
Yeah, but like
if you're honest about it, you'd get 25. If I especially because I was using a template and they were all action figures.
I think it's what you can do, but it's always down to what you do. And I know I could do 50 listings in a day. I could do that, but I know in reality, I don't list for a number of days. So what I'm trying to make myself do is at least 5 every day. That's
Little and often, yeah. Little and often's better than
like
yeah.
I say, you can build on it, but it's just the whole thing about. Oh, today I want to do these 5 items, and I want to get 5 items ready for the week, and to set myself up.
I mean, like I said, like it's not 25 drafts for 4 hours is bad, especially when they're all the same items. You could do that in about an hour.
Yeah.
Probably less. I don't know, maybe an hour. But the way I see it is, I wouldn't have done it. I know I wouldn't have done that much. And the fact is, by going live for 4 hours, not only have I gotten to do YouTube, which I enjoy doing, not only have I got to hang out with people in the chat, I have gotten those drafts done. Okay, it took me 4 hours, but realistically, what else would I have been doing? I probably would have been watching SVU or playing Fortnite or something.
Yeah.
So
SVU, love it.
Yeah.
And I actually want to get back to playing Fortnite, so that's why. But part of my motivation for doing all this listing is so that I can guilt-free just go on and spend 5 hours playing it.
Well, if you can get yourself, a set amount done in the morning or whatever, because I mean, I know at 2 o'clock I've got to go to the post office, so this is why I'm doing this from 11 till 1, to feel like I've actually achieved a little something in the morning, Anyway, I've finished my Converse. Go on, Simon.
Well, I was just going to say, if you sort of want to grow your inventory, you don't, there isn't really much choice other than to continue listing, because I'm sort of a numbers, I love looking at numbers and stats, and I track our monthly sales versus what we've listed, and how many live listings we've got, and there's such a clear comparison in terms of sales versus the number of things you've listed.
Totally.
If you're sourcing consistently the same kind of stuff and everything.
Yeah.
And the more you list, the more you sell, which in turn means you've got to list more.
You've just got to list. This is it. And if you can't list and you haven't got anything, you've got to source. It's easy, really. So.
Yeah. I mean, for us, we're trying to grow our inventory. Although we'd love to wake up and have everything sold. But it's just not going to happen. But we want to grow because we kind of look at sort of listing items at speed. You've got your bread and butter that will kind of play every day.
Yeah, totally.
Then you've got your kind of mid-level stuff that you might hit a couple of days, and then you've got your long tail, which might. But as long as you're hitting all of those kind of 3 sort of areas, I think that's how you get. But you have to be listing more than you're selling, or really. When we go on holiday or so noticeable, ours will keep selling, but the good stuff's kind of gone. So yeah, we're really pushing it, but we're way off to make sure I get something done today.
I want to get to 1,000 listings, so I'm kind of hanging around 500 at the moment. So in the next 12 months, I want to try and get to 1,000, but it's not easy.
You've got to be careful with that as well, though. You've got to make sure that they're worth listing as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's so easy to go the other way. I mean, it also depends obviously on what kind of stuff you've got. I mean, we've got like 1,600 listings on the RC store, which sounds like a lot, but probably we should have about 10,000 listings to be as competitive as the successful people on the RC stores, like the bigger RC stores out there that are doing, consistent sales. I mean, like we had a great day yesterday, but that's like the first time in a long time that we did over £100 on just the RC store. But that's with 1,600 listings, and it's actually worse than that because we use Web Interpret. Yeah. So technically, our listings are like way more than that. If I actually go to my active listings with Web Interpret enabled, we've actually got it works out like you've got like 15,000 listings because obviously it duplicates them across all the different eBay stores.
Yeah.
And so it just shows you, like, depending on what you're dealing with.
I mean, you can look at some stores and they can have just a couple of hundred items, but the turnover they're doing is incredible because it's the quality. Got the quality there.
Or they're selling stuff that's replenishable type.
Yeah.
So, for example, you look at Shazad. He doesn't have a stack of listings. He's got 1,000 listings now, I think.
Yeah.
But it's all it's all stuff that people need regularly or buy regularly, not one-off items. I know this is a listing stream, but I'm actually getting some packing done while I was waiting for my photos to upload.
I'll allow it this once.
Yeah, no, because my photos were on the old Google Cloud. I think they're probably they're finished now, but I'm just knocking out these needs to be done, doesn't it?
Right, I've listed one item and I'm rocking and rolling now.
One's better than none.
It is.
Like
I say, it's a good start today. I've got you going, Simon.
Exactly. What else would I be? I'd be cuddling the dogs, or I'm waiting for UPS. So that kind of keeps me indoors. I mean, I could obviously drop it off, but it's an excuse to be at home and get some stuff done. Even though it's my mother-in-law's birthday and they've all gone out for lunch, and I've had to stay at home to wait for UPS.
And poor little Cinderella who's left at home.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we went out for lunch yesterday, so I sort of thought, well, 2 in a row. I mean, at some point you've got to put work first, so that's what I did.
I've done the usual thing. With my 5 things I wanted to list, I've listed the 3 easy things, and I'm now got to struggle with the 2 that I don't really want to do.
Right, so I've got. Where's my camera? I've just got piles and piles of accessories to kind of throw together now, but I think I've done the harder. I did the swimmer and the diver action man, and there wasn't really any accessories to go with him, but now I've kind of got all army blokes and what have you, so I've got millions of guns, so this should be hopefully helmets and all sorts, so this should be easy now.
Yeah, you've definitely got a good bundle there. That'll go quick.
Check this out. This is cool. It's like a sniper. So it's box, and inside.
Oh, right.
Sniper kit.
And it's all there.
Yeah.
Nice one.
I've got an outboard motor which takes a battery, but there's a bit of. I just had a look in it, and it's got corrosion in there, so I don't know if I'll bother listing that.
Yeah.
As an accessory. I mean, I haven't really got anything but no boat to attach it to, so I'll probably bin that. I suppose it's worth checking if it's worth selling. I don't know. Do you? My time on our hands at the moment, couldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you could just test it, clean it up, and test it. Have you got like stuff to clean it with, like white vinegar and stuff?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we've got these wicked whites actually off Amazon. They do a range of they're called now Ultra Brine or something like that. And they are 1,000 £4. They're massive. They're twice the size of your sort of laptop screen. And they'll last a couple of hours, when I'm playing board games or whatever, they stay nice and wet. And they're really good. They clean kind of anything. So except the backdrop that I just spilled coffee all over, it's pretty much written off now. Let's turn it over. Get a new one. Right, bundle 2 coming up. I've got this tiny little card for Scuba Mobile, and it kind of shows, just about sort of shows the guy what he should be wearing and stuff. So I've just pulled the green helmet off the guy with the right jacket and everything. And
that's pretty handy.
hoping to put that together, and I know exactly what it's called. So it's Scuba Ski. Although it's in Spanish, the card, which is interesting. Not that massive, but yeah, let's see if I can put that together. Rockets. I've seen rockets. Doesn't look right. Wrong rockets.
That one's so funny.
Okay, we've got the rockets. What else? Blue visor. Action Man, Scuba, Ski, SJS 64.
Okay, I can actually now get on and finish the listings, which is cool.
Action Man, Ski.
Pardon?
That was quick. You must be super
Hi, Twistina, Thriftina. Photos. Just waking up, getting some coffee, then packing stuff to ship. Yeah, good start to the day. A bit of coffee and then getting the shipping done. Although I'm getting in the mood now that when I wake up, I'm going to try to actually get listing done first. Tommy was talking about this before, Tommy Bernard, like it makes no sense to wake up and just go straight and do your shipping, because when you first wake up is when you've got most of your energy. So ideally you want to use that energy to do like a more difficult task. Now shipping is something that you're going to get done anyway, whereas obviously if you say spend a couple of hours getting a shipping done, then you'll be a bit more tired and a bit like you might not do as much in the way of listing as you might.
Really
obviously that might not apply to you, but it kind of makes sense to me. I like the idea of getting listing done in the morning, and then because shipping you're going to get done anyway, so everyone's different. So but I think it makes a lot of sense, because obviously you're more enthusiastic first thing in the morning when you wake up, and then you can use that to your benefit.
Completely agree, yeah.
Okay, let's edit some photos. I'll give that a shot. It does make more sense, says Twistina Thriftina. Yeah, it's worth trying. You know, it might work for you, it might not, but kind of makes sense to me, because I find that if I do, I've got more energy first thing in the morning, and then like by the afternoon I don't want to do as much. So okay. Whoops! I've just closed all the. No, cool. Becca says I've got to rush off, do my packing. Catch you guys later. No worries, Becca. Thanks for popping in.
Bye.
Okay. My energy is lowest in the afternoons. Yeah, makes sense, Susie. So get the listing sorted first thing in the morning, because I think the thing with shipping is it's pretty kind of robotic, isn't it? Once you're used to it, you'll know how you ship stuff. So if you're shipping clothes, you'll just be whacking them in a poly mailer or whatever, or if you're shipping something else, media or something, you'll know how you ship your items. Obviously, if you've sold something really huge and bulky, you might want to in those situations get those out of the way done, like get that out of the way first. So it all depends, but if you've sold something that's really expensive and really bulky, you might want to focus on that first thing in the morning to make sure you do a really good job of packing it, rather than leaving it till the end of the day when you might not do as good a job and end up losing money.
What's the most expensive thing that you've sent that hasn't arrived, or arrived damaged?
Arrived damaged. I've never had something that was like valuable not arrive.
That's good.
Well, it's hard to lose like a giant box, isn't it? Sometimes.
Well, but damaged. Have you ever had anything damaged?
Damaged. Yeah, I've had something arrive damaged. Yeah, it was a Tascam reel to reel, actually, really expensive. Yeah. It was like a £300 or £400 sale, and it arrived damaged. But luckily, at that time, I was using GSP.
Yeah, I had a GSP £200.
Yeah, so the thing is now I'd be in that situation. I'd be scuppered because I don't really use GSP.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I just don't use it. So
yeah, I had a £200 kind of model, and it arrived smashed, but it was covered by GSP. Anything over small parcel, I use GSP. I wouldn't risk it.
Oh, you work a full-time job too, so try and be more efficient. Yeah, I mean, I think especially like the short period of time that I was working and then also trying to list on eBay, when you've done a full day's work and you come home, and Rebecca finds this as well, and she's normally really disciplined. If you've done like a full day's shift at work, to come home and then motivate yourself all over again to start listing is not easy. People do it, and people are good at doing it, but it's not for everybody. So yeah, definitely, I think if you're able to wake up a bit earlier because you're going to be going to work anyway, and then you can knock out a few listings, that can work. Because I think sometimes when like Beck found that she was also able to list some items before going to work rather than at the end of the day.
I think it's amazing that people can do both full time.
At
a high level if they're doing eBay at high.
Like, it burnt me out very quickly. The 3 weeks that I did it or whatever, it was full on. It's not easy. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Wake up early, work on eBay, then go to work. I like to spend my days off doing other stuff if I can. Yeah, completely can understand.
Yeah, that's a good thing to do. Factor in time to not do eBay and not do work. You've
Yeah.
got to have that time.
But I don't know how you manage that regularly. That's tough, man. Imagine getting up and then it pays results though. It really does. I kind of wish I could do both. To be honest with you, I would have kept my reps job had it been local. Had it been my local area, I think I probably would have kept it. I don't think I would have left it. I'm going to start adding photos to these thingies. I was doing it hardcore for a while, then I got sick and I got burnt out. Yeah, and that's not surprising. So trying to work smarter and be more efficient. Yeah. You can only sustain that, I think, for so long. You know, like, I mean, two Aussie thrifters, I don't know how they do it. They're like doing that, I think, as well. Working and, oh, it's crazy. So what have I got here? Terminator 2 3D battle. Ready. Terminator. I really wish I was using an offline listing program though.
Why is that?
Just because like when you're actually doing a lot of like bulk type work, you know, say for example I've got these drafts, right?
Yeah.
And I mean we haven't got a terrible internet connection, but still it takes a good few seconds to upload all the photos.
Yeah.
And like if I was using something that was offline, it would just be like, you know, no lag, and then you just set it off to you know, do its thing. I find that kind of really attractive. So like for example right now, if I set this off, let's see how long this takes to, so I've selected 3 6 8, so it's 10 photos and it's just still going till there's four photos done so far. 4 photos uploaded.
I've just done some photos and mine was slow. I mean, when the technology lets you down, it really is frustrating. Like when postage doesn't work, that's a nightmare.
I mean, the thing is, it's not long, but it's long enough. So, for example, it's only just now getting to the 10th photo. It's only just now uploaded the 10th photo. There we go, now. And, you know, you do that like 25 times.
Yeah.
That's a waste of time that you can do without. I mean, I was trialing 6-bit, but I was a bit cheeky. I used their free trial so I could move listings between stores, because it does that. It allows you to just move them across without having to do all the work of.
And then you dump them.
Yeah, so I kind of use the free trial period, but I am kind of thinking that they could be worth actually dealing with. What's this one? Batman Duo Riddler.
Okay, I've just finished my 4th item.
Well, that's not bad.
Which was that LV coat. And now the last one. It's this Samsung DVD player. So I haven't tested this yet, but what I'm going to do just for the next, because I'm only on for about another five minutes or so, I'm just going to check some comps on this and create a draft from comps.
That's the other benefit of an offline thing, that it saves all your sales, so you never have to worry about
every single one, not last 90 days.
Yeah, it can sell everything, a single listing. It will just save it for as long as you've got the room for it. So you never have to worry about losing listings, or if eBay messes up or whatever, and you've got access to this massive database of everything you've listed. So that's pretty valuable, especially when eBay are known for losing your photos and things like that.
Losing your listings. How much is it a month?
I don't know. I can't remember. But I think it was expensive enough for me not to carry on. So I don't know. I think it was like between, I don't know. It's in dollars. I think it's in the early 30s. So about 20 something pounds a month. Quite pricey, but really powerful as well. If you're, it's got benefits, hasn't it?
Yeah, sounds good.
And it's offline, so you download it and then you can just, it's basically like a database. And Globo Robinhood. Hey Michael, yes, you can schedule from within 6-bit, even if you don't have a store which offers it. So yeah, you can do that with 6-bit. Hey Nick, good morning, or afternoon rather, where's the timer? Yeah, can't believe it's nearly 1 o'clock. Good news is I've done half our shipping, so all the RC stuff's done pretty much.
I was doing my shipping last night, so I was sort of clear for this today, and it's amazing how long it took.
Mine's not that difficult, so I'm okay. Popping stuff in envelopes and whatnot,
I had I had a Paw Patrol patroller, which is one of those massive Paw Patrol trucks, and that was just like, oh god, you know, I should have just sold it on Facebook or something.
I've done sod all so far, says Nick. Yeah, but you work till like 3 in the morning, so you know. I'm gonna get on and do so. You got 36 to pack. No, I've done. We had 24, which is really good for us considering recent sales. So I've done the 12 that were on the RC store. We've got 12 on the general store. General store is obviously going to be a bit more of a pain. Not really that bad, but it's because it's all different stuff, isn't it? So it's like.
Right, I think I'm going to end the stream there because I'm kind of coming to a natural end with that item. So I've done 4 and I'm just on the 5th one. So it's been quite a good start to the day. Thanks Z for coming in. Thanks Simon for popping in as well.
And
everyone in the chat. Hopefully everyone else who's been watching has just been listening away and it's kind of got you started on the day.
Yeah. Right, thanks a lot, Peter.
Have a great day. Take care.
Bye.